Over 26. This is
the Vagabond.
This is the Brunch Club.
Over 26. Welcome back to
The mics are
Genius.
closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.
That'd be crazy.
The way it's described it has been so vivid.
Mwanangu kangata mimi mbona ukipiga ngongoni ni kama mzuri research.
I think knockouts are the worst. Knockouts are the worst.
Knockout is bad, especially the person who's been knocked out.
Yeah.
Because okay, the way it's been portrayed in movies. Umeamka tu na dhali umelala. Unapata some white man na bota anafanya 1 2 3 afana kufanyia.
Oh my God.
Ndio na masikio yako pale. Hey. I have an intro for the mini pod.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a mini pod.
Yeah, it's just a mini pod.
It's a mini pod.
Yeah, it's a mini pod.
This is the mini pod without an intro.
Crickets.
Labda kufanya hivyo all the time.
Yeah, louder crickets. Louder.
Can't louder. Crickets louder.
Press harder.
Mimi ndagonga
hiyo kitu.
Ndapiga hizi makamera knockout. Zangu katika one tripod imefanya tu. Yangu kichini.
Oh my goodness.
Yo, Mondays are my favorite days. Thank you. You guys make me laugh so hard.
Me Fridays are still my favorite.
Asanteni, man. Fridays are
Fridays are still my favorite. Like now I love, but Fridays are longer.
Are you serious?
For me, is it weird that I like Thursdays?
Mwass raps his work Thursdays, so Fridays are usually free days.
Your
Yeah,
free day.
so even Fridays, if I'm working, like let's say by noon,
It's done.
nikifunga tu laptop hivi.
It's your favorite
Then
day.
nifungue tu kamzinyo. Ama like the lecture.
Unaanza go through phone book.
Kufanya nini kutafuta chupa chap.
That's what they're...
Okay, cool. So, Eric Mahasi, the USIU student.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, so recap. There's something that happened on Twitter. I think it was earlier this week. No,
Yeah.
Silent, yeah. So this guy comes on Twitter and he does a thread about how he has a dysfunctional relationship with the mom.
The mom, yeah.
Yeah. So within the... So he starts... Tafari ashaanza kucheka.
Tafari anataka kusema Gen Z ni
So I know what's going through his mind.
Wait, to some point, okay. Let's someone was saying this at a Mother's Day was Jana.
Finish the story first.
Yeah.
Okay, so there are people who don't have the best relationship with their parents.
True.
People who have no relationship at all, or people who have very abusive relationship with their parents.
Yeah.
So as he started the thread, it sounded like they don't have the best relationship, like they don't relate
At all.
in the best way and all that. And alikuwa sema, like, even to a point where he's asking for money for just regular shit. Like, you know how you can ask your parents for clothes, deodorants, nini, and it feels like it's a favor he's being done all the time. Like, there's a lot of questioning and nini. But now, what made the whole situation now blow up on Twitter is like I need, even when like I'm coming home late, and Tafari acha kuniangalia, and I need the car, so I can go to class early and get home earlier safe. Namwomba gari, alafu ananinyima without any reason.
She's not even using the car.
She's not even using the car. So the conversations continued, but I think a lot of people on Twitter
were just on there.
First of all, couldn't relate. They couldn't relate to the tweet about
at
not liking your mom.
Second,
and then they couldn't relate
at
ati unalia juu ya kunyimwa gari. So the situation was blown out of proportion. Here are my 2 cents. Valid conversation that he was having with himself. Wrong platform.
True.
To put this out there. And then also, like, the backlash he received was unwarranted, but I see where it was coming from. A lot of people can't relate with that situation. From the point of just having a relationship with your mom. That's one. But 2, from you being seen as privileged, like you're already in like a good uni, your parents have paid fees and all this. So the one extra layer of cake that you want is on, you're denied. And here we have a Twitter thread.
Boom.
3, there was banter, definitely.
Of course.
Yeah.
Niliona kwanza kuna fulani ilikuanga msee amedandia lori ya mafuta. Pika road alafu msee akilaiku kinyima gari na mami vindo. Kulikuwa na mob. There's even that guy who said that I don't get... Hiyo day kulikuwa na fighter jets zinazunguka Nairobi. Msee akasema ati Jaden amenyimwa Prado. Akatoa jet.
I think I saw one.
Lakini jana na kinyima Prado.
So that's banter.
Sana anapiga tu Kenya Air waambie wewe.
Nikujeni.
What's up?
No,
I did see one, but this one was with the parents. And like, as your parents, if you don't want to give your kids the car, you see the way Kikuyus utandika ma vitamba in the car. So they're like, tandika vitamba in your car. This kid will never ask for the car.
Milele nimaliza ni.
Because if it's a cool
You'll want to roll na gari kona kitamba, even if you're not cool. Would you want to roll na gari kona kitamba?
Milele nimaliza ni msali semati. I side with the mom. Wacheni mnyime magari msitunyanganye made. Yeah, but me okay, let's this situation has a lot of like holes and like you will never agree on whether what he did was wrong. He's issued an apology, I think, to the mom and family on Twitter again. I don't know why, but he said he's taking a personal break. Okay,
I think sorry.
Yeah, brings us to the discussion on parenting.
Yes.
How much is too much to give your offspring? What are the limits when it comes to raising a kid? Like I asked you earlier, if you're a billionaire, what's your 6-year-old driving?
You asked if I could get my 16-year-old a Bentley if I was a billionaire, and I said I'll get him a private jet instead.
Bentley. Yeah. Man. So what are the limits?
So this is how I'm looking at this thing. One, when guys are bashing this kid, even if this is going on, don't post it on Twitter. I think we begin to forget that Twitter, like any other social media platform, is also an outlet. And people. So if I can post this conversation online, or if someone can talk about their good days, bad days, these are outlets. Yeah. So if this is the outlet he chose or felt he needed to express himself, absolutely. That's why if he did it on Twitter and needed to apologize, it just made sense to go back to Twitter because otherwise
that's why you started
Instagram.
Ama
Instagram. Because Instagram when you're talking Twitter sana mimi sikujua hiki kitu inaendelea. So
me and my mom are cool now.
And
then that's it.
Let it
it's
go.
like those couples that put out vlogs of why they broke up.
Like it's useless.
No, but you should. I mean,
why?
Nah.
You gave us the genesis.
We don't care.
Bro, we are in this relationship together. You must tell us why.
No. Not we. You.
The people who are invested, you must tell
Which
us.
Which people in this room?
Yeah.
Okay, we talk about an ambiguous relationship. That's the thing.
How many have you subscribed to?
Yeah.
None.
How many relationships?
None.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Yeah.
Drilling.
When did we become liars?
The only relationships that I keep up with are that are Chat TV.
Okay.
Yeah,
but okay enough. So back to this parent. And then, so then the other thing is, I think we glorify suffering a lot.
Yeah.
Generation. So, because ukikuja useme venye nini, we accept that.
Yeah.
But for you to come out and say, my mom only wants me to drive the Mercedes. She doesn't want me to drive the Rolls Royce. Guys are like, suddenly.
Oh, God.
It's like, it's almost as if you're rich, be silently rich, you know.
Tafari
So Mimi, my thing is, we like to glorify suffering. And guys are like, okay, because you can't relate with it. And I'm saying people who can't relate with it because they're too privileged to complain. Where your issues, so guys are like, your issues are, my mom can't give me a car when someone else. Issues is I can't even get fees to go to school.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not up to, these guys are rich, they can afford, it's up to them.
Yeah.
You know, whether if you can't afford fee, you have your own set of problems and it's perfectly okay. We are not the same. And we know it's common sense, we're not the same.
Which is why I was struggling to understand why people are mad that mtu amenyimwa gari because you see it's the privilege that makes us different.
True.
Not us, like everyone different. The privilege makes you different. So
AWS.
The privilege
that makes us like AWS.
Hey man, Chaxy. Hiyo button ya kuzima mic kwa.
Please.
Kwanza acha nipate ma cricket scarf. Umebit record ya Mariah sasa. Sasa kuna wewe leaderboard hapa hivi. Jina anza chini. Ni kama like if you complain, okay, so basic needs out of the question. Wachana na food, clothing, shelter, fees, everything, roof over your head. If kwa nyumba yenyu mko na gari moja na ndio kila mtu tumia. Your dad goes to work with it, your mom goes to somewhere with it. If you need to be dropped somewhere, kuna sengine wako na gari 3 and dad akona hii, mama akona hii tunatumianga. Kuna sengine kuna gari 10, kuna sengine kila mtu akona gari yake. Kuna sengine wana gari. Even if you boil it down to, it's like kitambo vile kulipiwa ma3. Unakumbuka when ulikuwa unaingia ma3 unacheki uko 12 mother yako anakuambia una opt kusimama lakini hauwezi fikiria job. So unakuwa tu gangster mwenye anashinda kusoma sana. Alafu kando yako unacheki kuna 4-year-old amelipiwa kiti.
Kuna msame yako
maze kuna msame vasu. So privilege that is not even privilege. Realities will always be different.
Yes.
So why judge someone's reality with your own
because of your own
reality. Because of your own experience. It's like ati bro menyimwa gari shit mimi menyimwa food.
But it's not the same thing, bro. It's not the same thing, bro.
Because me I won't lie to mimi menyimwa gari. Na nilikuwa sikia vibaya. Alafu ile siku nilipewa gari niliwisha hata afadhali singeomba. Ndio Kilonzo uko wapi? Umegonga mtu unarudi saa ngapi? Hata
nilipanda ma3 tu na nilipanda
hata udema kujali nimekaa na gari. Hata sidhani aliona. Nilipaka alafu nikatembea hadi huko. Nafanya hivi funguo.
We. Unataka minister diende kesho nitoke leo.
Kama inaweza toka tu sasa hivi.
Then episode kawaida on Wednesday.
Yeah, but serious parenting. Me, okay.
Yeah. What was the experience with parenting?
Zero.
You've been banning to say something. It's okay, so.
I don't know. I'd say my parenting was quite normal because.
What is normal, Mariah? No, for real, like, what is
normal?
God,
I feel it's about to become a therapy session.
No.
Hey, kama mlipapa hivi ile day. Mlipapa ile day.
Kama ni therapy unajua hata sauti ina change. Sisi kuuliza na psychic.
Oh God.
Yeah, uko like, hi.
I'd say normal in the sense that, like, if I wanted something and it was able to be given to me, nitapatiwa.
Okay.
But of course,
if things you wanted that were not given to you, how was that communicated to you?
It would be like, okay, let's say superficial things like kama unataka bike nini, I'd be like, Dad, nataka bike. It's like, okay, I can get you the bike next week. Or if you can't, it's like, okay, maybe you have to wait till, you understand, this certain time. But yeah, I'd say I wouldn't say nilinyimwa vitu. Anything that I wanted and I would ask for, like, in proper timing, it would be given to me. No questions asked. Yeah.
Mainly work like it. Like, I'm joking, but me for the same situation.
Yeah.
If it was possible to have whatever I wanted, it was done. But mine was incentivized. Ilikuwa like when you pass your exams, you'll get that thing you want. Or like, you know, like dad nimechoka na BMX, watu squeeze yako na mountain bike nimekuwa mkubwa.
Ati?
You know, like so you know, it was being passed down.
Wait, Ati?
Like saying, I had the first bike you get when you're like 7 or 10 is like a BMX, ndio. Alafu BMX ilikuanga chocha. Alafu sasa siku moja anakuja na msee anakuja isto na magia. Uko like shirts. You know how gangster it was, unamba hiyo bike Shimano. Unaingia hivi isto unapiga hiyo kickstand. Pa! Na set hapo hivyo. Alafu sasa anakuja na BMX. Always panda mlima.
Okay.
But ours was
Makes
incentivized.
sense.
Okay. And even going on through even campo, even like nikienda campo. If it was available, I was given. If it wasn't, unajua like si ati ningeambia budangu ati dad niko 18 buy a gari. That was out of the question.
Yeah.
But ingekuwa like nataka kwenda trip na mabeste wangu, kuna trip ya Costo, mimi nimesave this much, unaweza nitop up hivi ama like unilipie maybe whatever. Angeniambia tu mimi niko na ido ama kama ana. Which happens until today. But there are always priorities, of course, like education, housing, whatever. But budangu nilimuuliza straight up, ungekuwa millionaire tungekuwa tunaendesha Range Rover, alikuwa azi. Wallahi. Alisema ningekuwa gari like this Range. Like you'd be driving. Yeah, so my dad for me, it's he'll put you at the best he can, but also not to the point of where you don't appreciate everything.
Exactly.
Si ati ningekuwa like nataka kwenda Mauritius. But for him, it's always been like, what do you have? Nikimwambia nataka simu mpya ananiambia, uko na how much? Hiyo simu ni how much? It was always about topping up. Like, yo kukusho, you can get here and then I'll get you there. But me, I don't know. If I ever have kids, I'm spoiling them.
Me too. If I can do it.
Same here. Yo, if
Miss Jali, like mtu yangu to learn about life kivyake.
Yeah. No, of course I wouldn't. And I feel like that's where we don't understand. Like, there's a very huge difference between spoiling and doing what you're supposed to do as a parent. Your kid just can't wake up tomorrow and tell you at I want a chopper and at
But if you can afford it.
That's not the point. Listen, even if I was a billionaire, I would not do that for my child.
Bruh.
No.
Bruh.
No. I want a custom made Jindy at yes, I'm there online. Nah, I'm
my
not
2-year-old,
doing
if
that.
my 2-year-old is into jewelry,
No.
bro, I'm on Rolex
You're
up here. I'm like,
icing
what
them
is the
out.
what is the next
Smallest
Wally?
wrist size.
Smallest.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Okay, this is my perception of material things. I like something Dave Chappelle says a lot. Dave says, he's talking about when he had to leave the big contract and just disappear, almost disappear. He says, for him, he realized one thing. If you look at a lot of things from the perspective of money, then you lose the bigger picture.
True.
My question about material things has always been, I'm alive now. If I have the chance to use, of course, I'll not be wasteful because I understand. Because, okay, even size if you decided, okay, unless you are Elon Musk rich, if you just have enough, you can't end poverty. But you can help though. Basically, you can't, there's so much you can't do. So if I have a chance to live and I can afford it, guys, you guys need to be ready for an I'm rich. Because you're not ready. I'm serious. Now I'm better. You guys need to be ready when I'm rich. Because I won't say it, but you'll see it.
Oh, okay.
It's like what Jay-Z and Pusha say in the new song. Neck and wrist don't lie. Bro, me, I'll ice out that kid. Slags nini. No, atashinda kuongea tu slags.
Pussy.
Nilisema
Pussy.
Bruh.
Mtoi anaenda kwa daktari na but my kid hasn't walked. Yeah, it's mtoi ni 2.5 pounds. Ice ni 7 kilos.
No, okay. My thing is, my relationship with material things has always been, each time I get to a certain level in life, I'll appreciate it, I'll leave it. Because, bro, I could drop dead tomorrow. I'm not saying I'll die because I'm immortal, but I could drop dead tomorrow. Man, if you give me those crickets once again. No, okay, for real though. So, mimi sionangio ya... Oh, cause saa zingine, ni kama ile, the perception of saving. That's it. We could differ on it, but mimi, I'm spoiling my girl, I'm spoiling my kid, I'm spoiling my people.
Listen,
there's
spoiling.
Hey! Why you're talking about kids here?
Please reach out to me via DMs. Let me know the last thing I'll compare.
Spoiling.
Mi jana kwa klabu liona nikipea madem do.
Niliona, mabob lakini.
Tumani ngapi.
No, me, I'll spoil my kid if I can. That's
the thing. But even I feel like with spoiling, you understand. Say that you wake up tomorrow, you thought of the wildest thing, at a boom, it's given. No.
I'll say this. A child is born with like an empty mind. It's a blank canvas.
You paint it.
Fuck you. Unaingilia speech yangu sana nimepoteza my train of thought. Nilikuwa hapa nilikuwa my BMX thought. My mountain bike thought. I have to BMX it. Nilikuwa nikuja nipige kickstand hapo mwisho. Alafu nijipatie anyway.
Shit.
Wait, oh, sorry. Yeah. So, mtoi, the way you'll raise them will have a lot of impact on how they will value or see things.
True.
Material things being part of it. You can raise a kid to be a spoiled brat, and when you give them that car or that whatever, they'll never have any respect for anyone who doesn't have that.
Yeah.
True. But the way you raise a kid, with also like a lens on reality and what's happening around and how life looks like on different levels and how you're supposed to treat people with dignity and respect and all this. And then you finally give them that Bentley or that chopper or that private jet. Or even, we don't have to talk about Ivo High, even buying like an 18-year-old in Kenya. Let's bring it back to the situation. It's just, it's a family, you're doing well, your kid is 18. You're like, I don't want my kid going to school, javing, Uber is expensive, let me get them. Even a car like a Vitz. The way you've raised that toy in data, you're like how to responsibly use these Vitz. How not to shit on my friends who don't have Vitzes, you know. So me, I feel like we should separate material possessions and parenting, with the latter taking a lot of your grades. And then it doesn't matter whether your kid becomes rich or poor, because at the end of the day, you might lose all that.
That's the thing.
I like what Jay-Z says about this in an interview when he's asked, he is very successful and he has almost everything he wants. Is he scared for Akina Blue because it feels like they have everything at their disposal, which is not exactly the actual situation in the rest of the world. And Hoff says, I really like what he says, because he says how he grew up in the project, he needed certain tools to navigate his situation. And the tools Blue Ivy needs now are completely different. So for him, he'll make sure Blue has whatever she wants, but the fundamentals of what they raise her with is what values the most. Simple things like love.
Yeah.
This is how you take care of people and all this. So it's what you're saying. Like all the time we feel like when you bring in material things, it feels like the values get taken away. Yeah. But you can have both. There's rich people who are responsible. We know some rich kids who are very responsible people. Beings, that they pull up to branch in a Bentley at the young age, but they're super responsible. Yeah. They're hustling. And they don't need to. Serious, because they have real values, like really nice values.
In high school, like they were really, 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 really rich. That's
true.
Like, but aungejua, because they're not showy, or even if they are, you'd know because they'd say something. Like maybe
you're like,
you're like, okay.
But they're not even saying to show off. It's just a real experience.
It's my like that story for that guy we went to high school with, and then he told me my horse died, and I couldn't relate. like yo. You have a horse.
Your horse.
You know, like I'm like
you know the story for horses. Like before, horses used to be the normal mode of transport, and then cars were very expensive.
Yeah.
So squeeze it the other way around.
Like hey,
everyone has access
to
cars, but tumsa can be a horse like, huh?
Okay.
After you don't need to ask many questions.
Yeah, you already know.
You already know. Yeah.
Farm.
Yeah. So I agree with you, Mwass. It's a lot of people feeling if I provide material things for people later, now they'll turn out to be bad people.
Yeah.
Material things and the values you put in a kid as you raise them. You understand? Like the way you paint that canvas, they're very different things. They're not the same things.
Plus, if you think about it, the more you nyima your toy, the more like you unachukua your value. Ni kama nijue I have a car and a driver, and my kid needs to go somewhere. Alafu nimwambie shika mbao endo pande ma3.
That's different
because time yangu pia mimi nilipanda ma3.
Yeah.
You know, we're changing times. Ni kama like Blue Ivy is not looking at her. I think right now she's looking at changing the world as her dream. For Jay-Z it was how do I make music? Okay, I made music.
Jay-Z was how do I
survive?
Literally.
Yeah, and then so it became to the music. How do I grow this business? How do I get into other whatevers? How do I whatever? So ameka to at a level where I nafikiria
differently.
It's possible to get here. So how do I use this to change the next level? You know? Yeah.
There's
a comedian. There's a Kenyan comedian called Chinese. How African parents always exaggerate. Exaggerate things.
Yeah.
That you can tell you're telling your son that you only have two pairs of shoes. In my day I only had one. Then your dad would tell you, you have shoes. In my day,
I didn't even have legs.
I'm like, bro, what do I have to do in my days?
In my days.
Cool.
You're 30. In my days, when I was 30, I was 40.
You get tired of my days. You know, it's like the same thing of parents choosing careers for their kids. Just because
they miss that opportunity.
Yeah. It's like, you know, when I finished high school, I was like, why is to do medicine was being pushed to me a lot by everyone. And then I'm like, I remember
Ngenge hospitali nipate hizi Madrid. I'm like, okay. Zimeni cameras let daktari ukweli.
And I'm like, it was at some point I was like, this is my life. Like at this point I'm really gonna do exactly what I want to do, you know. Yeah. And it happens to a lot of people. A lot of kids I know, even in my class, most of them were jagulet. You know, because your parent, it's like almost your parent wants to
living their dream through you.
It does not make sense to me completely. So if it stems from, kitambo me I suffered, so now you want me to suffer. Bruh, we have money because you suffered.
Yeah, so...
I'm like, you could have wrapped the condom then.
Wrapped the condom?
Yeah,
that's direct translation.
I meant you could have wrapped the dick.
Oh.
So I didn't mean to say condom.
I thought like tie...
No. I'm like, okay, I meant to say you could have wrapped the dick.
Okay.
Yeah, so condom was not supposed to be.
Mnagawana mbili. Bado mko tie.
Gary.
Gary ama cricket.
Gary, yeah. Anyway, anything else I'm going to wrap this minisode? Because I feel like we could go on and on and on.
Banner boy.
This is a full episode already.
So in regards to parenting,
this is the only parent on set.
When you experience,
Loki's a parent. Loki's a parent as well.
Adi teacher, adi mwanafunzi. Tufunze.
Yeah, even me, there's someone who calls me daddy.
Fuck you, nigga.
Yeah. She's my baby.
Back to back.
Na concur with what Mwass said, that parenting ni more than what meets the eye. I mean, based off my experience, naweza sema, I think the best way to parent ni...
Fuck is wearing dark shades. I can't take him too seriously. Anaongea vitu serious. Hey, okay, let's go.
Yeah. So, mi kitu nimeona, like, the best way to parent, if there is such a thing, ni by being what you want to instill to your kids. Because there is you telling your kids this, then there is what they see. Unaelewa. Kama kweli unamfunza story ya kupendana na they can't see that love in you. Ama kwa the people around you hawaoni your love ni story. Unaelewa. Mostly kids end up mimicking ama imitating what their parents are
doing.
More than what you tell them. Unaelewa. So kwangu parenting ni hiyo genuineness na hizi characters zote unataka kuinstill kwa mtu hii. Lazima
be that.
Lazima ukue hiyo stuff. Unaelewa because saka sahi mahali Zema amefika anakushow tu for real. Anakuambia jana uliniambia hivi na hivi na hivi na leo unafanya hivi na hivi. Hebu ni explain, unaelewa cause
Sikule jaba. Sikule digital.
Na ndo anyone mwenye amekuwa around me nikiwa around watoi wangu. Niko na watoi wawili. Unaona? Anyone amekuwa around me nikiwa na watoi wangu ni I'm always myself. Wezi kuja home ufeel ni baba Zem nilikuwa na Tafari. Unaelewa cause staki pia
they will pick that. They can tell.
Mi staki ni kuwe ati home mimi ni mkali, wase wakikuja
ati you're the friendly guy. Yeah.
Wanashanga. Na mwitia machungwa anashanga. Hii machungwa naitwa ya ukweli ama alafu pia kuna hiyo aspect ya trying to make your kids life different from like how your life was. Unaelewa? I feel pia wasi wameabuse hiyo kitu. Kama sema ati Joe likosa viatu unataka sasa kubaya mtu ipe ya 10. Si must. Unaelewa? Usichukue na kilo hivyo. Unaelewa?
Usichukue na hakuna kitu ya kuagree. Hapo gani nimefinya mwe. Niko katika serious alafu nikaanganya imefika.
Makofi.
Unaona? Ni fanya raising, fanya hii upbringing mtu ikue a very unique experience yenye when I am naishi hapo pamoja. Kwa sasa pia ukianza kukuja na attachment na how your life was before, there is so much you'll miss because it's either you'll be overdoing or underdoing depending on what the situation is, unaona. So yeah, wacha ikue raising your kid ni a reflection of who you are as a person na achanisha maisha yako ya kitambo na maisha yako ya sahi. Experience parenting as a new thing.
Damn.
Wisdom from a Rasta father.
I'm glad. I'm just glad Mwass uses a condom. And Tafari has kids because Tafari can handle.
But basically amesema usivalishe mtoto of white na anataka Spider-Man.
And that's the thing.
So just to wrap this, there was
you can wrap it.
Mwass. Mzee rap na John nani. Up to date, step tulimpatia an actual condom na kama souvenir. Ameweka kama souvenir. Ameweka kama souvenir. He's never touched it. Ameangalianga tu.
Kuna mzee kwa hii room ajai.
He's never used a condom, bro.
No, I know who it is.
He's living like it's 1752.
After the Greeks walikuwa na the god.
Yeah.
Yana shika Adam na hivi. Wanatengeneza baby cane.
Yeah, cartoon. We were listening to cartoon. The line na cartoon. Ni umse. Alisema?
Sipendangi sitaki CD naipenda roho.
Ndio wewe umeandikia line. But to wrap this, there was the part on the Young Famous and African where Kanye and what's Tubaba's wife? I'm sorry.
Annie.
They differ on parenting because
Tubaba's
Kanye's
wife though.
Yeah.
She is. But even, I didn't remember her name and I had to refer to her as Tubaba's wife.
Okay.
But it is what it is. She really is Tubaba's wife.
But is Tubaba her husband?
Tubaba.
On paper.
So she has a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Who doesn't live with her. She has her own apartment.
Not
near her house.
It's the
building.
there's like a tunnel that connects their houses, but this kid
they live in different houses. And Annie couldn't understand how you let a 15-year-old girl live alone.
Yeah.
Like she literally has her own apartment at 15. I mean, like, hapo ndo na funga laptop. Aya.
Me at 15, I didn't even have my own bedroom.
Even your own cup.
Hey, at your own cup.
Yeah, even your own cup.
Vikombe nazo tulikuwa nazo.
Everyone has their own cup.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Nilikuanga tu ile juu ya kuosha na nini.
That's weird.
Yeah. Me had my favorite one.
Okay, you had
a favorite, but seti.
Even though now I have a favorite cup in my house.
Okay, so unajua African settings kuna vikombe za wageni, alafu kuna zile vikombe za
kila mtu.
So za everyday use, like yangu I think kuna fulani ilikuwanga ya yellow na red or something.
Yeye nilikuwa napenda tu yani.
But it ilikuwa yangu. Like ningeona bro wangu akikunywa nayo maji
ingekuwa
beef. Beef.
Yeah. So, if you had Tafari, because Tafari was a kid. When Zamira is 10 years old, no 15, would you insist she lives with you? Would you get her her own apartment? Remember, this is not a choice. This is how you feel. Because I don't think the kid went. I don't know.
It's the kid who requested.
No.
Oh no, I don't know.
The kid said she wants to move out.
Really?
Yeah. Kanye says she says in the confessional, she says her parenting is very different. People think it's weird, and she says when she her life is her life. A child will not stop her from living how she wants to live. So whatever this child requests or whatever she feels is working for her, she'll do. She was like, even breastfeeding, she was like, why? Like, why do I need to do it? Like me, you found me here. You won't dictate how I'm supposed to live.
What?
You say mtoto asipokunywa maziwa, mimi nitakunywa.
Fresh barida.
Like, and so Annie was like, she doesn't understand. Like a 15-year-old, bado ni mtoto, bado ajakoma akili. Yeah. So how do you even allow this child to have their own space? And Kanye was saying, as in even sexually, she's allowed, as in this kid is just allowed to do whatever. So she's like, she can either be raped or she can give it willingly. And so I allow her to decide how she also wants to live her life. And I'm like, this is a 15-year-old.
Okay, Tafari ndo onge. Mimi nasema tu hii maisha ina template. You wewe tengeneza hapo.
Shout out to Wanyoro alisema adulting ni kalongolongo iko na budget. So usifikirie sana.
So
this is how she genuinely believes she wants to raise a kid. It's really up to her. Because pia wezi niambie eti yenye sisi tunafikiria ndo the sure one. You know.
Ni trisex
too, yeah.
Because pia mimi naweza sema initially venye nilikuwa na approach parenting ilikuwa mostly either what I lacked ama what I wanted to change. Unanielewa? But I realized over time, even the two kids, each one of them is a unique individual. That's in their own way. Unaona? Zamira haizi kambele ya kamera, but anaweza shoot. Experience yangu na yake ni different. Zuri anataka kukambelea kamera. Anataka kuimba lakini ya bongo. Unaona? So that said ni Zamira kifika 10, ndataka sana niko kwa mind state yenye naweza muaccommodate as an individual. Nione okay, what works? Unanielewa? Juka so fun shajo ni mshai. Sisi shina nikimforce imbia watu mbele yake.
Wageni.
Utampatia hii kamera nayo.
Unaona? Mimi ndampatia kamera na kama mtu mwingine hawezi kwa subject wasa mimi nikuwe subject wake. So to answer your question, I feel akiwa 10 tutachafiana.
Unajua ni aje?
Juu kama sahi for instance, muiva. Na at least sahi naweza.
Kuiva basically ni unavutanga bangi.
Muiva
tukishikwa
no face no case.
No face.
Muiva.
Plus kuna disclaimer.
Unaona? Muiva. So ananipatanga nikiroll. Sasa hata namwambia ndo nilete rolling paper mahali fulani. Anajua mahali suseti. Unaona? But point is singeendelea kujificha naiva alafu yeye namkemea. Namkemea, unaona? Ni mimi ndamshow, so tunaitaga ile kitu. So atakuja apata kiroll na mbaya unatengeneza ile kitu na mshow ile kitu. Na hizi ni zile mbegu za ile kitu na mshow ni zile mbegu za ile kitu. So nikitoka nikienda kuseme kuiva nje ataniambia unaenda kufanya ile kitu na mshow unaenda kufanya ile unaona? Kwa kuapproach na genuineness fulani yenyewe tuna create a space for each other to accommodate each other. Unaona? Anajua time naenda kuiva ananipatia break. Si ati nikimwona hivi na feature na mtapana. Sina hiyo time bana.
Me I think the more I grow, acha tu nisaidie Tafari kuraise Zamira kwa sababu mimi wangu inaonekana watabaki tu kwa ndani kama wako. It's complicated.
It's crazy.
But anyway, our first minisode ever. Yes. Come on, my child.
Yes.
Bro, I swear, I think we can record for half a day.
Over 26. This is
The Burger Podcast.
This is the Brunch Club. Over 26.
welcome back to
The mics are closed.
Now, when you watch it, you'll understand.